Okay, so we need to discuss. We need to discuss what has happened to the Bamazons at this point. We are going to ignore the boobies because they were involved in a mighty battle against Crendor, but sadly they have nothing to do with this. Also, apparently somebody needs to level up. Just need to look. Oh, yeah, that's what's up. I did not take the time to rename any of them. Anyways, so this is update number 2. There have been 4 matches so far, so technically there should have been 4 updates, but don't worry about it. And to give you a rundown, in case any of you were, doing community service, missed out on the other matches, that's what I like to think you were doing. First match was against TB. It was a slaughter. It was a slaughter, and not in a good way for me. I definitely lost that match. So then I had my match against Jessie, which I won. And then I had my match against Bebop Fox, which I also won. And then I had my match with Angry Joe, which resulted in a draw at the last... Ooh! Oh, God, it was hard. It was so hard to get over that. I almost won that match, but it was a draw, so that's fine. It still means that I only have 1 loss, but it doesn't feel like I have 3 wins, So let's go ahead and click on us. I believe that last time we checked in... Okay, so Linksana died at some point. I can't remember when. And I just replaced her with another Linksana because I wasn't thinking, and now it's like she never died, but now she has a fractured skull, which is unfortunate. And we got rid of a blitzer who had a permanent niggling injury because I was concerned about her. So we actually fired her and hired Lionface the Seducer. And we have another line woman named Catbreath the Pungent, just in case somebody gets knocked out. I want to be able to replace them, and I had a bunch of money just saved up. I also bought a cheerleader, because kickoff events really scare me, and a lot of the people that I'm going to be battling coming up, I believe, have cheerleaders, and so I didn't want them to have that kind of a leg above me, especially with how many times... we have had all these people just run onto the court and kill a bunch of dudes. So I was like, well, maybe I'll just get a cheerleader. I know that they only affect certain events, but... taking a drink of water, don't worry about it. So yes, Pumira now has block. And I almost gave her sure hands, but then I realized, everybody starts off with dodge. If everybody has dodge and block eventually, or at least most of them, it's going to be very hard to knock any of my girls over, which would be really nice. So Chitara is normal. Linksana died and then was rezzed and now has a fractured skull. Wily Kid is normal. Tiger is normal. Panthro, I believe, has been my my MVP. Twice in a row, which is kind of dope. So she is level 2, and she also has block. Bobcat, Lionface. I believe that they have to hit 6 player points in order to hit level 2. Yes, I believe that's right. Yes, it is. Okay. So Bobcat is really close. Snarf is really close. Lionface the Seducer is new, so she is way behind. But it makes me feel better knowing that there was a match... trying to remember if it was my match against Angry Joe or my match against Bebop Fox. I'm not sure. There was a match where I chose not to use my Apothecary on Linksana because I was terrified there was still enough of the game left that if one of my blitzers was hit really bad, this must have been with Bebop Fox, if one of my blitzers was hit really hard, I wouldn't have the Apothecary anymore, and I care way more about my blitzers than my line women. So that was my reasoning for that. Any of you who wrote a comment being like, why didn't you fix her? What? Do you see this red 6? I know. I get it. It sucks. But I consider my line women to be more expendable than my blitzers, which sounds terrible. But if Linksana was level 2, if she had dat block, she would be just as useful to me as a blitzer, but she doesn't. So my next match is against Crendor. It's against wow, Crendor, and I'm very concerned. I don't know whether or not that is going to go well. We can look at the league really quick. And, teams. Crendor. So here we go. Here's his team. He's got little Skittles. I'm going to kill this guy. He's got little Skittles at level 3, which blows for me. He's got Sure and Sidestep, both of which are going to suck if he gets the ball. And then Lizard Ditka is kind of a dickle, but I can just stay away from him. He's got this tail, this oh god, what's it called? Wait. Yeah, prehensile tail. It basically just like trips me constantly if I try to dodge away from him, which is unfortunate. So I just need to stay away from him and then try to take out the skinks. That's my big plan because the Sauruses don't really have a whole lot of movement. Lizard Ditka obviously doesn't. He's just a tank and he's got Loner. Oh, he's also got Guard now. Oh, what is this? Okay. So I need to stay away from him and then kill all of them. That's the plan. Kill all the skinks. And then we'll be gold. We'll be golden, really, is how I feel. But we're even on rerolls, apothecaries, and cheerleaders. He's got some money in the bank, so he might choose to spend it on something, but I believe that he can't get another reroll right now. I think he needs a little bit more, so that's good for us. Yes, that's what's going on with me, with the Bamazons. So hopefully we'll be able to get this fight. If we can't, we just need to work really hard because, let's see, my other 2 battles after Crendor are Completionist, who I feel so bad for. He keeps like winding up with a lot of his team busted, and I'm like, oh. So Completionist and Side Strafe, who is big into strategy, so he's going to be hard for me. I think that they're both going to be hard for me, honestly. But we'll see. I'm going to do my best, and that's the update. I hope you enjoyed. Please come again and watch my match when I get destroyed.